if a player watches themselves back and then verbalizes what they were expecting the outcome to be and like kind of walks through that, obviously you're doing that as a coach, you kind of know what the expected outcome. I'm curious if you're extending this to the players. Are they doing that type of stuff? Do they need to do it even? Like they are so skilled that like it's, for me, it's a gray area. Like what actually applies to someone who already has this foundation going on?
It does extend to them. In our individual sessions, one of the main things is walking through a replay with them and having them explain their thought process, like you said, what they expected to actually happen. That's a 1-for-1 translation, honestly.
Wow, okay.
The reason being is because while they do, all understand the game, they all have different reads of the game. That's part of like my job is kind of aligning those reads and finding compromises within them. So having them explain their thought process is where I can make connections between all three thought processes, and we find those connections, and then obviously we try to trim the fat off of their reads where it's like, this is, maybe you're looking into this too much, or you need to. It's finding that balance between like the systematic approach and like the individual identity approach. And so it's like, okay, I know that you think that this could happen, but you actually need to get this idea out of your mind and expect this because this is what the other two are expecting. So it translates like that.
And so I'm curious now, like psychologically, is this like a trust thing? Because I know personally for me, almost all my mistakes are like comms based or trust based. Like I guess I'm not thinking that I'm like the hero. I need to save the ball.
It's trying to get them to a point where they obviously have to think a bit less than they, or think less on these moments in the game where you don't want them to have to think about it. You want them to think about the space has been exploited. They're in a dangerous position. Now they think about what specific touches they're going for, what type of shot they're going to put on. But the process leading up to it, I want to be as thoughtless as possible. Well, or I guess second nature as possible.